What is going on, Blobs? Back. Welcome back to another episode of Top Drives, and now we're covering the second segment of the car correction challenge, which should be imminent. If everything goes smoothly, I believe we should be seeing these new changes coming in this week. So, some pretty exciting stuff. A couple days ago, we were talking about the super rare changes, some of the lower end changes, but now I want to address the bigger stuff. There are like 52 epics coming down to the ultra rare ranks. As an ultra rare collector like myself, I'm excited. Also, we'll talk about some other super rares coming up and some epics going down and all that kind of stuff as well in today's video. Before we jump into that though, as always, shouts out. Today we have a submission from Instagram, Miroslav, showcasing his kit. This is in the turbo mode, while watching me pull the butt. What a what a wonderful moment. What a wonderful moment. But yeah, that's a pretty old Hot Wheel, I believe. I think it came out a couple of years ago. But anyway, thank you so much for your submission. As always, guys, if you want to be featured on the channel at the start of the videos, you want to showcase your little diecast car while watching my videos, feel free to send in your submissions to me on Instagram. I think it's better that way. I think some people are trying to send it on Discord, but you know, if you're not part of my Discord server, you probably cannot. So if you're not part of that, might as well just send it via Instagram and I'll probably get around to it. But anyway, as always, I'm going to turn off the camera and we're going to get into today's video. Okay, first things first, let's talk about the super rares that are going up to ultra rare. These changes were majority or mainly focused in the previous wave of the car correction challenges, but again, they are, like I said in the last video, they're open. They're open to making more changes on the fly. And well, I mean, this is some unfortunate news here because only about 2 weeks ago, I posted the winners for the super rares. You know, what I thought was going to be the new meta. You guys remember the BMW 640D from that series? This thing was a king on anything North Loop, anything fast circuit, anything Tokyo. The 640D was an absolute beast, and it's going up to ultra rare. So unlucky, we're not going to be using it for much longer. We got the Mercedes-Benz E500 that's going up. We've got the Holden HSV Maloo, which honestly makes me question a lot of things. Why is the Maloo going up? The Buick GNX is going back up. It was an ultra rare, went down to a super, now it's going back up to an ultra rare. Surprise, surprise. GMC Acadia, one of those other cars that turned out to be a real highlight for the super rare collection. This thing was really shining, considering all of the super rare off-roaders from the past update were going up to ultra, or already have gone up to ultra. I thought the GMC Acadia was going to be, you know, part of that new meta, but I guess not, because it's going to go up to becoming an ultra rare, so unlucky. Aston Martin DB AR1, I mean, this thing was only good on like North Loop 4, if I remember correctly, or North Loop 5 or something like that. And a part of that, it wasn't really good on anything else, but it's going up to ultra rare anyway, because, you know, whatever. Some other changes, we got 11 super rares going up. We got the Chevy Blazer. I mean, that never really made an impact. You know, it's time to the problem with some of these changes, right? The Blazer, for example, the GMC Acadia, for example, these cars were useless before the car correction change. And then after the car correction change of Wave 2, which, you know, had an emphasis on super and ultra rare, you know, the Blazer and the Acadia had, you know, it's time to shine. Well, unfortunately, that time frame was only a couple of weeks because they're going to move up to ultra rare and they're going to be useless again. Raider Baja's going up, the Pajero Sport's going up, Superbird is going up, as well as the Lamborghini Miura Roadster. I mean, you gotta be kidding me, right? Like, these cars are fantastic. I mean, I guess in one way it kind of does make sense. Like, okay, they are going up. It makes sense because these cars are dominant, but also at the same time, it's like, I'm gonna have to make the video all over again, you know? We're gonna have to find what the meta for the super rares are after this change. Now, before we get into any other rarity change, I do want to highlight one thing here. The Holden HSV Maloo. Look, most of these cars going up, I can see why. 640D was dominant as a super rare. GMC Acadia was dominant. GNX is dominant. Superbird, I mean, just detestable, really. Miura Roadster dominant. The Raider Baja, Octa Truck, all that's dominant. But I do want to talk about the Holden HSV Maloo. Now, you guys know Blossom Choice. Blossom Choice has been around for years and years and years. Well, I would like to introduce you guys to what I like to call the Robin selection. These are the cars that are going up in RQ and nobody understands why. And the Holden HSV Maloo is one of many cars that I would like to call the Robin selection. Some of the cars would include the Ford Mustang, the AC Cobra, the Bristol 411, the Di Tommaso, as well as the Renault Twizy. Twizy went up to uncommon. It's going back down to common, as we've already seen, but that's what I'm saying, man. Like, where Ferrari, the Twizy, what has happened to the Twizy, I feel like will happen to a lot of these other cars as well. Mustang was an uncommon. It's going to go up to a rare. I feel like it might go back down to an uncommon. Bristol 411, you know, was a rare, went up to a super, might go down back to a rare. Same thing with this Holden HSV, because tell me why this Holden HSV is going up to an RQ52. Tell me why. Please, I really want to know, okay? So I'm comparing this Holden HSV Maloo against other super and medium performance tire, rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive cars in the game right now. And as you can see on the twisty stuff and even on the city streets, the Holden HSV Maloo doesn't win anything. If anything, the Mini Cooper S should be the one going up, looking at how dominant this thing is, you know? Why is the Holden HSV Maloo going up? I don't understand. You know, I'm not even comparing this against any, you know, RQ49. It's already limited to medium ground clearance cars, and the HSV Maloo can't even be the best in any single track set. Let's look at some other stuff over here. This other stuff like your City Slalom, City Sprint. This is basically like the more twisty circuit representation, right? And again, the Mini Cooper is the best car to use. I mean, congratulations. HSV Maloo is the best for Tokyo off-ramp and Monaco streets. That's why it's going up by 3 RQ, right? That's why it's becoming an ultra, right? You know, the things like the Mini Cooper that's winning how many races stays as a super, but the Holden HSV goes up in RQ. The Mazda Excella as well, you know, a lot of wins here, beating out the Holden HSV. Again, remember, this is going to be a 3 RQ difference, right? And this is like the showcase of, you know, Robin's wondrous world of plus or minus 3 RQ. This 49 is going to be slapping not only this, but these 49s are going to be slapping the 52 everywhere. It's really quite ridiculous. And then when it comes to the drags, okay, Holden HSV Maloo, you know, as, you know, what will be a 52, will be the best car for 1 mile, 0 to 150, test bowl, city street small, wet, sure. Again, though, it's still trading blows with RQ49s. I mean, when I look at the times here for the Holden HSV Maloo VZ, what I see here is a relatively competitive RQ49 that stands out on longer drags. I do not see an RQ52 Ultra Rare, so I don't know on where in God's good earth does Robin think that he can bump this up to a 52. So yeah, from this video onwards, you're going to be hearing me use the term the Robin selection a lot more, because that's going to just apply to cars where I genuinely do not understand why they're either going up or down in RQ, mostly going up in RQ. Okay, anyway, let's talk about the 52 epics that are going down to an Ultra Rare. Now this, I'll be honest, I'm very happy to see. A lot of these epics suck. Like, they suck. I mean, just look at this. Audi RS6, Audi S5, Audi TT, Audi TT again, M6, X5. We're going to see a lot of Audis go down in RQ, and honestly, that's justified, right? Rightly so. This is what we want to see. Tell you what, as long as the Audis are rightly rated, I'm not going to be roasting them too much. The reason why I didn't like Audis and top drivers was because all of them were overrated and they didn't bring any value. But honestly speaking, a lot of these, even the TT, this TT is a 62 with 4.983 four-wheel drive low ground clearance. We know 92 handling when you max it out, RQ62 four-wheel drive. It looks promising, you know, it does look promising. And yeah, I am seeing these cars in a new light. And that's the power of bringing a car down from a Jerry, right, to an Ultra Rare. You know, this Audi TT, I would not have touched in a million miles as an epic, right? But now you're telling me that it's an RQ62, it's a lot easier to upgrade. It performs where I think it should be. We'll know more once the new update comes around and we look at more comparisons, but at least, you know, it's definitely an Ultra Rare. It's easier to upgrade, and I will upgrade it, I will max it, and it's a new car added to the collection for me. So a lot of things here I'm really excited for, especially the BMW M6. This BMW M6, yes, it's getting a massive nerf to its 0 to 60. It's going from 4.0 to 4.7. That being said, 90 MRA. 90 MRA. Hey guys, that might be pretty good. That might be really good. Just watch out for the BMW M6. That might actually be a pretty decent car. Now looking at some other cars coming down, we got the Cadillac XT5, the EX35s. You know what? Let's play a fun little game. How many of these cars have I fused away as epics? I fused the RS6 away. I fused the S5 away as recent as like a week ago. I fused away the TT before. I fused away this TT before. I fused away this M6 before. I fused away this X5. I fused all of these cars before as epics. But when I get them as Ultra Rares, it'll be a great time. I'll max them out. XT5, yep, fused it away before. EX35, fused that away. Ghibli, fused that away. 3008, I never won that. So yeah, but that might be a pretty interesting Ultra Rare to collect. 911, I've never fused away the 911. but I think I should. I should probably fuse them into a legendary and get it again when it's an ultra rare. Audi Avant RS2. This is gonna be an ultra rare that I'm gonna like a lot because I really like this car and I really like this photo. And you know, now that it's an ultra rare, we're gonna have a fun time. I'm gonna have fun collecting this. I'm gonna like Audi a little bit more. But yeah, I'll fuse it away as an epic, man. I mean, as an epic, this thing was terrible. But hey, you know what? I'll take it as a 61. Now this one's crazy. The Audi RS5 Cabriolet. If you've been playing this game for a really long time, you would know that this car at one point was an RQ26. And a 26 back then was like the equivalent of like an RQ79 in this day and age, because this thing used to be medium ground clearance as well, and I think it had like 85 handling, but since then it went to low, and I think it got a handling cut, I believe. But yeah, now it's going down to an RQ61, which is great, you know. It was a terrible 65. I don't think it deserved to be there. A lot of Audis are coming down. The OG Jerry, ladies and gentlemen, is going down in RQ, the Audi S3 Cabriolet. So we're definitely going to need to find a new Jerry now, because he isn't even that, you know, egregious anymore, you know. I unpacked that, I'm just like, oh, okay, that's a new ultra rare, I'll max it out, maybe it'll be useful for me. Audi S4 is going down, S4 is going down. This BMW 7 Series going down to 61 was a little bit of a shock. You know, I didn't expect that to go all the way down. I think this thing was pretty decent MRA, so that's going to be pretty fun. That's going to be like another option for me to utilize over like the Maybach Lawn Delay. You know, this might be better than the Maybach Lawn Delay. I'm not sure. I need to put the times together. Again, we will take a deeper dive into all of these cars when the update finally gets around, but right now I'm showing you what's being changed. BMW G80, that's nice. The M440i is going down. X3 is going down, X7 is going down, Wildcat Mirai, and the WTCC. The thing about the Wildcat, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually very excited for the Wildcat EV. I thought that this was one of the better RQ65s, believe me or not. I genuinely thought it was one of the better RQ65s, because the thing about the Wildcat EV is that it's got a relatively low 0 to 60, but more so, it's got good MRA. Now, from what I know, the MRA isn't getting nerfed in the Wildcat EV, so I think it's going to be a pretty decent car, to be honest with you, so I'm looking forward to this. It might be pretty good. Oh yeah, talking about cars I fused away. I fused this away, I fused this away. I've never fused the Jerry, though. I've never fused the Jerry. I've never unpacked the S4 in my own, you know, recollection. I fused away the 7 Series. I've never fused away the S4 B7 because I've never unpacked that one, I believe. M440i, I've never unpacked that, so I've never fused it away. X3 I've fused away before. X7 I've never unpacked that. EV I've fused away. I fused away with an upgrade. Mirai, I've always kept the Mirai's. Mirai's getting a massive nerf in 0 to 60, getting a plus 1.4 seconds. WTCC was never released, I believe, so never fused that away. Morgan! Yeah, so the Morgan Plus 4 CXT is going down to an ultra rare, and I'm actually very excited for this. You know, many, I couldn't tell you how many times, but many times, I have went so close and wanting to fuse away the Morgan Plus 4. I am completely serious. I've gotten close many times. I've never fused it away, and yeah, I guess it pays off this time because it's going down to an ultra rare. That F-Type, by the way, that, I think, what is it, the Project 7, the Jag, the prize card that I fused away, the fact that that isn't going down to an ultra rare and it's still an epic, I mean, you guys can suffer a little longer. And I won't, because I fused that car away and it won me a prize car. Peugeot Excelt's going down. The High Motion 4 is going down. I believe this one's also medium ground clearance, right? Forester on the Outback. Yeah. The Subarus. Let's talk about the Subarus. These two right here. And I think in the next slide, or the slide after that, yeah, this Legacy STI S402. Yeah, dude. I mean, these three Subarus, they were all ultra rares 2 years ago. And, you know, for some godforsaken reason, Hutch just doesn't have a direction sometimes. They buff all the cars to epics. They were completely worthless for basically 2 years. And now they're moving back down to ultra rare. There's so many changes, honestly, in my honest opinion, there's so many changes in this car correction wave, you know, this wave, that makes a lot of sense to me. But, you know, they just gotta sprinkle in the ones that just doesn't, you know, I don't get that. Arca RDX is also going down in RQ. Okay, so more Audis, right? S6, Q8, A4, all going down really good. BMW 5 Series, That's going down. Yep, the massacre of the 640i. I mean, the story of this thing needs to be studied, right? From legend to epic to ultra rare, this thing is ridiculous. It used to be the best standard tire car in the game. Now it's not even standard tires anymore. And of course, the BMW X5 X-Drive, lovely photo. I love that. I really love that photo. The car's a good looking car too, so really looking forward to just collecting and upgrading that. XT5, here's another one. This thing used to be an ultra rare back in like 2018. It went up to an epic. This thing was epic for a very, very long time. We were talking about how the Subarus were stuck in epic hell for 2 years. The Cadillac XT5 was stuck in epic hell for, I want to say, 5 years maybe. But yeah, that's going to go back down to ultra rare. I mean, I've been on a very long journey of this XT5. I pulled this thing as an ultra rare way back when it went up to an epic, and now it's going back down to ultra rare. And I'll tell you what, man, I've owned the XT5 fully upgraded, 2 of them, for 5 years. And for the entirety of 5 years, I never had one event, not one Tri-Series event, not one ceramic pack event where the XT5 made a difference. I thought that the XT5 was finally going to have a time to shine in the most recent off-road event that only let you use, like, I think it was like brown or beige cars, but even then it was useless. So yeah, 5 years is an epic. I've had this fully upgraded and it brought nothing to the table for me. So yeah, that's just Jerry in a nutshell. GMC is going down. This used to be epic way back in the day as well. And then the I mean, yeah, it is an epic now, but it's going down. It's going down to an ultra rare. BMW 5 Series again going down. X4 is going down. Nassau, yeah, the Nassau is terrible. It's also getting a handling cut, right, from 77 to 75. I've pulled this car so many times. I've fused it away so many times. Legacy I've fused away. Acadia I've fused away. X4 I've fused away. I don't think I've ever pulled the 5 Series. Not to my memory. Maybe many years ago, but I've forgotten now. S60 I've fused away before. XC90. I've never fused away the XC90. I got it fully upgraded actually. So this going down for me, that's one maxed epic. So I'll take that because I have this thing fully upgraded. I have this fully upgraded. I have 2 of these fully upgraded. So that's at least 3 maxed epics. I don't think I have anything else here that's fully upgraded though, so I'm probably gonna get at least 3 max. Mirai, but the Mirai was an ultra rare before, so I don't think I'll get any tokens from that, right? Yeah. I think I'm getting about 3. Yeah, I'm probably getting about 3 max epics so far from what we see. S4 is going down, Aviator's going down, Terrain's going down, Q70 is going down. And the patrol. So I've got the patrol max. So I think I have about 4. I've got 4 max epics coming down. So I can max 4 epics to my liking. I'll take it. You know, there are cars out there that I definitely want to fully upgrade. You know, like the Jailbreak Challenger, for example. Big Regal's going down. That's getting massive changes. Touareg's going down. Evoque is going down as well with some changes as well. So let's talk about some promising competitors in corrected cars. Let's take a deeper dive into some of the cars getting some changes here. So we're gonna start with the Evoque Autobiography Dynamic Edition, whatever it is. 0 to 60 is increasing by 0.4 seconds. So it's going from 6.3 to 6.4. Top speed decreased by 4. So it went from 144 to 140, and the RQ is also decreased by 9, which is a dub. That's honestly a buff. So it's cheaper to use, easier to upgrade, going from a 65 to a 56. So definitely gonna upgrade that from if I get it. I'll upgrade any of these cars, these new ultra rares, if I get them. Regal Touareg, this is getting a massive cut, which makes me think, like, is the Holden gonna get a cut too? Because these two are essentially the same cars, right? But the big Regal Touareg, right? So 0 to 60 has increased by 0.3, so it's a lot slower now. Handling has also been decreased. That's the kicker. That's the real kicker. Handling decreased by 4 from 78 to 74. Yeah, that thing needs to go down. RQ is also decreased by 9. Some other changes. The Mirai, as we mentioned earlier, the 0 to 60 is getting kicked in the balls. 4.0 to 5.0, but the RQ is decreased by 11, and it's going to be a much lightweight car, a much more, you know, lighter weight car, losing 600 kilograms. So, you know, in the past, the Mirai was a pretty bad car to put on the slalom because it was so heavy, but now when it weighs at 1,000 kilograms, it might be pretty decent on a slalom now, especially a wet slalom. Seeing this thing compared to like a Chevrolet, not a Chevrolet, but a Cadillac Era, for example, that'll be a relatively interesting fight. I still think the Cadillac Era will be the better car, but we'll have to see. BMW M6 as well. Yep, 0 to 60 has increased by 0.7 seconds, which is pretty big. But the MRA has been increased from 8.8 to 90, so that's pretty cool. RQ has also decreased. Definitely going to be a car that I want to drag spec and see whether it sinks or swims, basically. And yeah, let's talk about this one. This thing is just absolutely crazy. From an epic, from a legend to an epic to an ultra rare, right? Tires from standard to performance. The RQ is decreased by a whopping 18. The handling is increased by 5 from 74 to 79. But look at the changes on this, man. When it was added into the game at the start, it had 84 four-wheel drive and standard, 84 handling four-wheel drive standard, with a 4.80 to 60. And then in the first change that made it go down to an epic, it got a handling cut of minus 10, 0 to 60 increase of 0.2, and now it's going down to an ultra rare because the standard tire is going from performance, even though the handling is going up by 5. They just don't know what to do with this car, right? They just don't. It's ridiculous what has happened to this machine, man. It's so sad. But anyway, before we end up the video, let's talk about the rest of the cars. I believe there are 11. I think there are 11 ultra rares going up to epic. So let's just finish this off right here. The Ranger Raptor, the Bronco Heritage, the Holden the Fiji, the Maxi, the Tipo C, and the Power Box. Again, a lot of these make sense, right? Ranger going up, Bronco going up. Okay, Bronco, I don't know how I feel about that one. But Ranger going up, a Fiji going up, Maxi going up. Yeah, they all make sense. Great. Then you got things like the Power Box. The Power Box going up to an epic. And considering that in the previous car correction change, the Power Box got a handling cut, went from 71 to 69. Yeah, that's Robin selection right there, man. The Power Box, it's ridiculous. One of the worst epics in the game now, if you ask me. And then, yeah, the Tipo 512 is going up. The M240i is going up. The XFRS is going up. So is the Countach and the Peugeot 207. So all of those cars are also going to go up. And talking about Robin selection, here's another one. The Jaguar XFRS Sport Brake. Why is this, and the BMW M240i, to be fair, why are these two cars going up to an epic level? I do not understand. So here's a comparison. RQ 67 to 68 medium ground clearance performance wheel drive and a front wheel drive. And when I mean RQ 67 to 68, I mean the cars that are gonna be that RQ in the next update. Okay, so over here you see 65, 66, 68, 64. Doesn't matter. Don't look at those numbers. These cars are all going to be around that 67, 68 range when you update, when the next wave comes into place. And yeah, okay, on the drags, the XFRS does shine, right? The BMW definitely doesn't shine anywhere though, but at least the XFRS, if you drag spec it, yeah, it shines against its very small niche, its very small RQ neighborhood of, you know, cars with medium ground clearance that are performance road driver standard. But then again, you look at the twisty conditions, and the Jag is the worst one by far. It's got the darkest reds here, and it's not even competitive compared to things like the Maloo or the G8 or the E55. You know, these cars, by the way, the Maloo, the G8, the E55, they were all ultra rares before that went up to epic in the previous car correction wave, and now the Jag and the BMW M2 is going to join it, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why? They don't even perform well in the twisty. The BMWs especially doesn't perform well on anything. The Jag, at least you can make an argument, okay, on the drag, it'll be able to beat cars within its niche, within its RQ. But the BMW is just here for vibes. I don't get it. I really don't get it. So overall, guys, let me know down in the comments below, like, are you excited for this change? Again, last but not least, we'll be seeing these changes probably this week. I've not highlighted the legendary changes. That's going to be the final part. But that part will only come out if, you know, the car correction wave changes doesn't happen like tonight or something like that. If not, there's no point even posting that. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today. Let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited? Are you not excited? To me, this is a car correction wave of pros and cons. There are a lot of cars here that I definitely do agree with. But then there's some cars that really makes me scratch my head. I know some people are going to be mad that the 306 Maxi, for example, or the Holden the Fiji are going up to the epic ranks. But let's be honest, guys. We were spoiled to even have these cars in ultra rare. They were too dominant. They were too overpowered, and they were just too good. And, you know, these two especially, the 306 Maxi and the Fiji, these two cars being epics, I completely get that, and that's exactly where they should be, and I'm not mad about that at all. Will I be maxing these cars again? 306 maxing maybe. A Fiji? Probably not, but it is what it is. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace. I bring the toast in the back and we going berserk with the guns on the rack, and we taking account to the sound of the crack. Running from us with the pop and the, cause we making the moves and the sound of the P. Calling the shots, a bitch looking at me, and we taking account to the flow in the back with the drop in the cash. You know this ain't a prank. Moving like water, talking with fire. Bounce back undercover to mama's desire. Keep riding the flames like a man on a mission. Rejected again, but you better go listen. Pop up at Billy, run up the Billy. My face on the boards and you all gonna see me. I walk my wrist to look guys in his yachty. Flex in the club, something sincerely Louis. Hey. Yeah, hey, yeah. What you gonna think of me? I hit it from the back. My people play the kill mode, standing on attack. Cause I'm part of double sixes, all the ladies wanna do me. Haters say they wanna zoom me, bitch, and chill it inch. Cause you know we always get it done right. My vision's always on sight. Question me again, I'ma hit you with a Glock. Motherfuckers know to never get me tight. Yeah, can